Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am trying to see if this is working or not. Sorry for this, but it doesn't look like it. It does say I'm supposed to be going live right now. It's live now. I will tell you, I do not love Facebook. There we go. It doesn't give me a place to actually go live. Give me a second, guys. I do apologize to those of you on YouTube here. Bear with me. I mean, I can see myself connected. I just don't see any button that says go live. Oh, maybe I have to hit save changes. It's supposed to be going live right now. Oh. Update the event. No. No. Nope, that says March 5th, not March 5th. That's not what I want to go to. Oh, this is a mess. Really sorry, guys, on YouTube here. This is actually intended for Facebook primarily, and I don't know why it's not working. It should be showing me live on Facebook, and it just doesn't want to. And our YouTube stuff was just like extra. It was not intended to be. No. No, 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 no. We're not setting up a new event. We're not creating a new event for tomorrow. We are trying to find today, right now. Let's just see if we can just go live. It's going to take a second here. Let me try. If anybody is watching on Facebook and you're actually seeing me, let me know. I have a persistent stream key. So let me go back into my software here. Let's go to the Facebook one and we'll stop that. Put this in, which should be the same. Yep. I'll try and start that. Connect the video source. Ugh. This is like completely messed up. So what, does Facebook think I'm live right now? You know what? We're going to delete this one. We're going to come back. We're going to do this. We're going to redo this in a couple of minutes here. I may have to go live little bit later, but that's okay. We're going to stop this. We're going to delete this. We're going to redo this, and we'll be back here on YouTube in a minute when I can get the Facebook stuff going. Let's try this again. Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, we had a little bit of a difficulty here getting started. At least we are live now on YouTube, and we are live on Facebook. So, I don't know. Facebook decided it was going to give me a little bit of a trouble this morning. But if you do find any value in this content, do me a favor. If you are on YouTube, click like, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, or so you don't miss any of our content. I was here at 8:45. I was trying to go live on Facebook. I apologize, Facebook people, for not being here. But the good news is, if you do find any value as well, you can leave a comment. You can give me a thumbs up, and definitely share. Please, please share this with people. Just share it on your page. I don't even care if you share it with specific people. Just share it on your page so that it spreads the word to more and more and more people. So, this is our 15 minutes, and Tuesday is our Home Hacks Day. So it is where I come on here and I give you something that is a hack for yourself that is either something that will save you time, something that will save you money, something that will save you grief, something that will just make your life easier, that I have found that makes my life easier. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit this morning about, and we'll probably do this quite a bit actually, because we found so much value in it. I actually do a lot of batch cooking. I am a very simple cook in that I like things to be easy. If I could make everything in one pot, I would. It's awesome. It's amazing. So some of my home hacks are going to be giving you guys some of my recipes because they are so fast and so simple that they will save you a ton of time, a ton of money. And in the last year, Russ and I have actually perfected some of our recipes so that they even save you a ton of money. And today's home hack is hamburger soup. Now, if you have never had hamburger soup, just hold up and open your mind to it because it is a little different. And the first time I said hamburger soup to Russ was like, what? Hamburger soup? What? Like, that sounds crazy and it sounds gross. And in fact, we were on the phone yesterday. One of our friends in England has had cancer and he is been struggling with that. And thankfully he's finished his chemo and radiotherapy and all of that stuff. And it's up in his throat. It was affecting his ability to speak. And yesterday was the first time we got to speak to him in a long time. And we were just, shooting the breeze and telling about different stuff. And we said something about, oh yeah, one of the things we batch cook is hamburger soup. And he was like, ew, that just sounds so gross. Trust me, ladies, or guys, this will save you. This will save you. Trust me when I say this. Hamburger soup is not only delicious, it's easy to adapt to your taste, and it's really inexpensive. So I'm going to give you my specific recipe verbally, but if you want it all written down in proportions, then do me a favor and just text hamburger soup, just text those two words to 262-676-2383. Once again, if you want the full recipe like written out, if you're one of those people that likes the whole written out recipe, then just text hamburger soup to 262-676-2383. In a nutshell, here's hamburger soup. A bag of mixed vegetables, frozen, from the frozen department. A pound or two, because I'm actually going to tell you my proportions in a minute here. A pound or two of hamburger. And number 3, it's a 3-ingredient recipe. Number 3, either tomato soup or crushed tomatoes. Now, I personally use crushed tomatoes, but you can just use tomato soup, and that's fine. When I was growing up, that's what it was. My mom always made it using tomato soup, and that probably saved her some time because she didn't even need any other, because tomato soup is already creamy and delicious, and she didn't need any other stuff. But actually, if you do tomato soup, I will say this, if you do tomato soup, you are also going to need milk because it's tomato soup like Campbell's tomato soup is what she used with milk in it to, like the milk, 1 can of soup, 1 can of milk together. So, but what I do with the crushed tomatoes, no, it's like I use pureed or crushed tomatoes, like completely smashed up tomatoes. And here are my proportions that I do, and I'll explain why my proportions are so large and what the cost of them is. All right, so first of all, I get hamburger from Aldi. I do 2 pounds of hamburger. Hamburger right now at Aldi, 80/20 is $4.50 a pound. So they come in tubes. It's really nice. They come in these, like sausage. They come in a tube of hamburger. Super nice. I actually sometimes take them out of the packaging when they're still frozen, because then you get all the meat out. That's another little home hack for you, is that if you slice open those sausage things, or you slice open those hamburger tubes that are like crimped on the end, you can actually get all the meat out when it's still frozen, because you're slicing the plastic and the plastic just peels off the frozen meat. You can just set it in a bowl in the microwave to defrost. And it doesn't, when I say set it in the bowl in a microwave, here's what I do. I will often take the meat, I will defrost meat in the microwave by just sitting it in the microwave in the morning so that it is defrosted by the time I get home from work. So here's how it is. 2 pounds of hamburger. Take ground hamburger, whatever you want. I use the 80/20 so that I don't have to drain it. If you're using 73/27, which I get, it's a little cheaper. So if you want to save some money, go for it. But I have 2 pounds of hamburger. I get a large bag of mixed vegetables from GFS. So we shop in 3 places primarily: Festival, GFS, and Aldi. Those are our 3 food places. So GFS has mixed vegetables for, I think it's like $4.99 for this great big bag. Awesome. And I also at GFS get the crushed or pureed tomatoes, and that is in a big food service can as well. But literally all you have to do is put the hamburger in a big soup pot, brown it in the soup pot, open up your can of tomatoes, dump it in. Let it then get all like nice and wonderful. Now, I do also put onions in mine, but if you don't like onions, don't put onions in. Don't do that if you don't want to. I do put onions in mine, but you don't have to. Dump in the can of, and my mom never did that I'm aware of. Dump in the can of crushed tomatoes. Last thing, open that bag of frozen vegetables, dump it in. Stir the whole thing up in your big soup pot. Put a lid on it, put a lid on it, let it come to a boil, and then put it on simmer for about 10-15 minutes. It just kind of helps meld all the flavors together. Literally, scoop it up, serve it out. Now, you might want to put salt and pepper to taste. That's the only thing you might want. If you're using the tomato soup version, which is just cans of tomato soup and water or milk, equivalent, you can do that as well. But I find it just easy. 3 to 4 ingredients, because I do the onions, that's the 4th ingredient. But the 3 basic ingredients: the hamburger, the mixed vegetables, and the crushed tomatoes. This is literally, and the nice thing about this is it's also very, don't want to use the word organic, but very healthy, because it's just tomatoes, it's just vegetables, it's just hamburger, in that you're not having all sorts of additives into it. Now, if you use the tomato soup version, keep in mind you are putting some of those chemicals, and that's one of the reasons I don't use that. But my quick home hack: you can have dinner on the stove within about 5 minutes. Once you brown the hamburger, and that's what takes the 5 minutes. You dump everything else in, and 30 minutes later, you have soup ready to go for everyone. Serve it with bread. Do a couple of baked potatoes in the oven while you're waiting for the soup to cook up. Whatever side accompaniment you want with it. You can serve it over rice. You can serve it over pasta. You can serve it over potatoes. You can serve it just as it is. I've sometimes had it as a lunch. When you make a big pot like that, here's the other home hack. Take the leftover after you've fed your family. Take the leftover, divide it into meal portions, into freezer containers, and stick it in the freezer. You can even put it in a Ziploc bag if you want, stick it in the freezer, and let it freeze. It warms up so quickly and so easily. You can actually, if you have a digital crock pot and you have a frozen one, take the frozen one out in the morning, drop it in the crock pot, turn on your crock pot an hour before you get home. Boom, dinner is done and it's ready. Now, some people put potatoes into it. I don't put potatoes in it. I just serve it over something, if anything at all. Last night we had hamburger soup, and we served it over, we actually had some chopped up potatoes that I boiled, and yeah, That's what we did. We served it over some potatoes. So there you go. There is your home hack for today. It will take you probably 15 minutes. Oh no, it'll take you probably 10 minutes to put it all together. It'll take you 5 minutes at the store because GFS is a very small store and Aldi's a very small store. Run in, grab your hamburger. You can adjust the portions to smaller portions, but then you don't get to freeze those leftovers to make another day of the week or another day next week or next month a really easy day. So that's my home hack, is my hamburger soup. So hopefully that's helped you today. And I will try and get this stuff fixed for tomorrow because tomorrow is our stat snap. Tomorrow we're going to go over the stats that are necessary for real estate. If you're looking to buy or sell this year, you're definitely going to want to tune in tomorrow because it's going to bring you up to date, and we will talk about what's going on this year so far. And this is actually for all of southeastern Wisconsin. So if you have friends in the Kenosha area, tomorrow will apply to them as well because our stats we run for both Kenosha, Racine County combined. We combine it all together to make it easy and accessible. So join me tomorrow. 15 minutes. We're going to go over some stats, break it down, make it really easy and obvious for you. Thanks for joining with me today. Sorry for the technical difficulties this morning. We will get this worked out. I just don't love live streaming on Facebook. They make it difficult to do it regularly. YouTube makes this really, really easy. Facebook, not so much so. But we'll work it out. We'll get the technology worked out because we want to bring you some valuable content every morning at 8:45 to 9 o'clock. So join me again tomorrow, and we will talk about some market stats, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. See if I can figure out what I'm doing here.